I know I promised not to do any more Lost Ark videos, but I just can't help myself. The whole release has been one epic pile of doo-doo. I have done 2 videos already on this, one stating how boring I found it, and then another video stating how boring you found it. Now, this is a true story, but I was walking to the gym and I was thinking to myself, how on earth did this game get overwhelmingly positive before it even managed to come out? And so while I was on the cardio machines, I started to investigate and to see if there was some sort of giant Lost Ark conspiracy theory going on. And while that itself is another video, I think, what I found more disturbing was the fact that this overwhelmingly positive rating on Steam had now become mostly positive. So I dug through the comments to find out what exactly was going on, as I haven't really played it outside of the early access window. Now, the first thing that I found out, and you're probably all aware of this if you are still playing Lost Ark at the moment or you've been playing over the last couple of days, was the fact that Amazon Studios appears to have learned absolutely nothing from the release of New World. And what makes it worse is that they haven't gone ahead and just left giant queues and people are waiting, slowly spinning up servers. This time they've gone even more bonkers and just locked the servers out. So why is this a big deal, you ask yourself? Well, it's because a lot of people bought the early access packages so that they could play a few days earlier. Obviously, not everyone bought into it, so some people were waiting for their friends to join when it finally came out on the free-to-play model. Now here's the issue, all the servers are completely maxed out. So in a pure genius move, they've stopped all creation of all characters across these servers. And then to make things even worse, they've taken away the ability to transfer your character from these servers. So if you've invested time getting to level 50 and you want to play with your friends, then you are just straight out of luck. And there are some real harrowing horror stories in the Steam reviews. One guy went on the server early, got to level 50, and then the server became locked so he couldn't play with his friends. They all moved to the new server, however, this server also got locked because it became overpopulated, and it meant that the rest of his guild friends that still hadn't joined yet couldn't join. So then they had to make the decision to move to a third server, and I don't even want to imagine just how frustrating that must feel. I get it that long queues aren't fun and locking down the servers is one way to get rid of them, but what a cock-up. Why did no one look at New World so lessons could be learnt and we don't end up with the same situation that we're in now? There's also the censorship topic that we talked about a little while ago. It has been confirmed to be true now. Lots of the presets have been removed from the characters so they don't have the same clothing. The same star outfits have also been removed. Listen to this one from Baby Swiss. Silly me, buying 2 Founders Pack, playing the Head Start because I was excited to play this with my friends who are not playing until the free-to-play launch, who I can now not play with on the server that I decided to pick during the early launch, which is now full, that I can't even buy a server transfer off. I flushed my purchase down the toilet. I should have put my excitement aside and paid attention to how little effort has been applied to allowing for the server transfers in the non-existing non-A servers. This is my fault for being excited beyond the reach of basic logic when checking out a new MMO, and Smilegate's fault for not planning for this ahead of time. Now, the other hideous revelation I found was actually something to do with what's called a Vanquisher starter pack, which wasn't available when I started playing the game. And this is basically a giant bundle of skins, and I noticed that it got mostly negative on it. Now this thing costs £57 or around $80 to $90, so it is not cheap whatsoever. However, I get the appreciation of skins and I understand, and I've put, money into the Path of Exile Founders packs, and on the surface it looks like there are a huge ton of skins there to have across all the different classes. And I'll just read from one of the most popular reviews that was left on this. False advertising makes it seem like you get each of these skins when in reality you only get one of them as part of the deal. It's still your choice, but nowhere in the description does it state you have to select one, that you only get one. Steam doesn't give me any options to open a ticket and refers me to Amazon. Amazon say there's nothing they can do, so they refer me to Steam, which has no customer service. I'll be contacting my bank in the morning to get my money back. And while bundle mispractice doesn't surprise me on Steam, to have it come from a release of this size I find pretty disgusting. And also the fact that you're being charged all this money for just only one skin. When you have a look on the Steam page, it lists a whole lot of them. It is incredibly misleading. And I'm kicking myself for spending all the money on Lost Ark like I did. I bought the Platinum Bundle. I know some people bought multiple of them. But the more I seem to lift the lid on this, the uglier and uglier the underneath becomes. I'm still convinced there's something really eerie going on with the overwhelmingly positive reviews that came with it originally, because I think a lot of that contributed to why it's so popular at the moment, or at least has the attention of so many eyes. If you have got to the end of this video, all I can say is do not buy any of these packs. You can buy the skins from the actual in-game shop for a cheaper price. And the other thing is, be really careful about how you pick your servers. I know it's too late for a lot of people, but if you are starting out and you still want to try this game, then make sure that you choose a low pop server and you get all your friends on there as soon as possible. Anyway, hopefully this is going to be the last video that I actually do on Lost Ark, because there's loads of other interesting stuff coming out and lots of fun games, which I think deserve far more attention than this one. But until that moment, have a great weekend everyone, and I'll be back soon with more news and reviews.